Hi, Elena here with a short solo episode for anyone listening who struggles with thinking that there's something that they have to do, that there's something that you should do, that I need to do this, which is all of us. So if you come across this episode and it's helpful to you, whether you're a woman lawyer, an entrepreneur, or anyone, here are 3 simple questions that can help you stop, kind of drop and roll, and really tune into what you actually, and I don't like the word need, what you actually choose to do instead of being on this hamster wheel track of I need to, I have to, I've got to get this done, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do the other thing. Because that leaves us depleted, exhausted, and unable usually to move forward with what we really want in life. So I've heard that 50 to 60,000 thoughts flip through our brain a day, and that the vast majority of them, 90% of them or more, are thoughts we've had the previous day, which is why change can be so hard. So I'm about to give you 3 questions that are useful for pausing and reflecting and creating new thoughts that lead to new expansive feelings, typically new actions and new results. So ready? Here they are. Number 1, what do I think I need to do? Grab a pen, usually writing this down, not just doing it in your head, but actually putting pen to paper is where the magic happens. So press pause, grab something to write with, and write that question down. What do I think I need to do? And list it out. Number 2, if I could see things differently, how might I see this? For example, I was coaching a Will member this morning. I think this is a great example, and she's done a lot of work on her mindset. She had a thought, which is, I need to do this report. I need to manage it. She's left her big firm through our work together, and she's in-house counsel now. And she has this big production report she has to put together. And she's like, I think I need to do it. And through the coaching, she started to see things differently. She thought, actually, this is probably a thing that in-house counsel, not in-house, but that we get our in-house counsel, we get the firm that we contract with to do this. If I could see this differently, I would see that I am not being a slacker. I am not being irresponsible if I passed this off to our outside counsel. So that was a way she started to see things differently. Given what you've written down, if you could see things differently, how might they be? What new things might you see differently? Maybe you're seeing the story you're telling yourself about how you should get it done, how other people will have an opinion about it. Maybe you start to see it differently, that maybe no one cares what decision I make. Maybe I'm the only one fretting about this. Maybe you get to see it differently in a way that gives you some relief. And that could be another great question, right? If I could see this in a way that gave me some relief, how might I think about it? So 2 variations on question 2. Before I go to question 3, press pause and write pen to paper. There's nothing like it. Something connects. Look, human beings have been writing on cave walls and paper and parchment for thousands of years. And something is triggered in our brain when we put that pen on the paper and we move our body. So do that and then come back. And here's question number 3. What does my higher self or my inner wisdom want me to know? What is that wisest, kindest part of me want me to know about this? And when I was working with this client, she tapped in to her highest, wisest self. And she knew that she's actually doing the most responsible thing by getting help for the various reasons that we went into. She knew that this was going to be the best decision, both for her and for the project. And she felt liberated. So I invite you to ask yourself, take a moment, take a deep breath, close your eyes. Maybe you just want to envision some light shining on you. Maybe you want to envision your highest self. Maybe you want to pull that down to be right beside you and whisper in your ear, what does my highest self want me to know about this? So those are the 3 questions that can help you stop and reframe something that you're spinning about, something you really feel like you need to do, you should do, but you kind of don't want to, and you're having a struggle with it. Again, the questions are, what do I think I need to do? Number 1. Question 2, if I could see this differently, how might I see it? I'm looking down. If you see me looking down, if you're watching the video, you see I actually have these on a little Post-it note I have on my bulletin board. And I turn to them often during a coaching session or for myself. So if I could see this differently, how might I see it is question 2. Or if I could see this differently in a way that would give me relief, how might I see this? And number 3, what does my higher self want me to know? What does the wisest, kindest part of me want me to know? So I hope this is super helpful to you and that you have enjoyed this mini episode of the Will Podcast. To say where there's a will, there's a way. And may this episode help you get yourself on your way. Thanks so much.